Good day to everyone. The video serves as GROUPTRES instructional resource by providing a particular example of the scientific method in action. Let's begin. Say you wish to carry out a special experiment on the subject of social psychology. So my group mates and I are here to walk you through the steps of running an appropriate experiment. And creating a research topic is the first step. And as this paper is about social psychology, you should start by thinking of a specific research issue that has to do with people's behavior and social interactions. Examples include the question, does exposure to violent video games increase aggressive behavior in adolescents? And the second step will be relayed to you by my fellow groupmate, Mr. Yumang.
The next step is to design the experiment, which you would do to put your research topic to the test. This entails choosing a sample population, creating the procedures, and figuring out the variables to alter and measure. For our example, you could assign people at random to play either a violent video game or a non-violent video game, then observe how hostile they become afterward. Step 3 is going to be relayed to you by Mr. Becina.
After the experiment is planned, you would then start by gathering data, implementing the experimental procedures, assuring correct ethical consideration and information consent, and gathering data through observations, survey, or other pertinent measurements are often included in this. In our case, you would use standard activities to scale to observe and access the participants' hostile conduct.
After gathering data, you would examine the data with the right statistical methods to see if the experimental groups differed significantly from one to another. This process assists in coming to conclusions about the data. In our example, you might use statistical analysis to compare the levels of aggressions between the group exposed to violent video games and the group exposed to non-violent video games. Finally, Ms. Abis will explain the experiment's final and fifth step.
You would analyze the finding and research conclusion about your research question in light of data analysis. In order to do this, the finding must be discussed in relationship to earlier hypothesis or research, as well as implication or constraint. In our example, if data analysis shows that the group exposed to violence video games exhibit noticeable more aggressive conduct than the control group, you can draw the conclusion that exposure to violence video gameplay is linked to an increase in aggression in adolescents. That's all, and thank you.
Also note that to ensure the validity and reliability of the results, it's also crucial to take into account variables like sample size, randomization, and control groups. To summarize the steps, we have 1. Creating a research topic. 2. Design the experiment. 3. Gathering data. 4. Examine the data. And 5. Analyze the findings and reach conclusions. And with that concludes our educational video. Thank you.